Hello, people of Earth. I am an alien speaking to you from the planet Mars, and may I say, I love the music on this planet much better than the music we have on Mars, for the music on Mars is virtually rocks smashing against rocks. But here on this planet, you have a thing called volume, which I will lower at the moment because well, I am in the process of doing some very boring stuff like making the notes line up on tempo, which some people might be mad at me for because it's like, oh, you music purist. And it's like, I just have a vision, and that vision means these notes got to be on beat and on rhythm. So don't hate, because I ain't hating on you. I was listening to this one episode of a podcast that only ran for a short time, but it was ran by KCRW, and that's the reason why I know about this podcast. I am sort of a fan of KCRW, what they put out, but I don't always bring myself, here's a little tangent, but I don't always bring myself to listen to all of their stuff. But when they do like stuff on music, it's usually pretty well thought out and good. And so I was listening to this one thing about this one musician, and then a couple of DJs, and after that they started talking about someone who made it in. Well, uh, I shouldn't say made it because all these guys kind of made it themselves, but it put me in a pensive state of mind, and I was thinking a lot, and it's pretty interesting. So I am a musician. I am confident in admitting and accepting that. The only thing is, it's kind of a lonely way that I'm going about it, and I need to branch out, and I need to be with other people, and I don't like being put in a box. I don't want to just be in music. I want to be in a lot of different things. I'm a creative, and I like to create, and so I am also skilled in various different forms of whatever it means to create. I I need to like stop beating myself up because I have a lot to offer in this field, and and I'm a cool person. So I look forward to putting myself out there more and living a life. So, anyways, I finished with this little process here. I was I am in the middle of, but I'm also like taking a break from composing. I was composing a cool song, basically about this feeling that I had that was a weird, interesting, but deep feeling, which this song that I'm working on, it's called Discover Yourself, right? And oh, ooh, don't fall. Okay. So, sorry, I don't have the most comfortable seat. Um but I make it work. Anyways, so this song is called Discover Yourself, and so it was a feeling that I had, and it was it's going to be a song about discovering me and what that means to me. And so like it starts off with me writing and talking about um like feeling like a kid who's exploring a new world. And at some point in that song, I think I want to mm, bring up the fact that I was a drug addict, and the feeling of being an addict to then, like, because I wasn't always an addict. I became one. And so when I did that, I threw away the life I had previously, which was a pretty good life. um, and then I am just now getting and working to get the life that I used to have, but in a new version, in a different way. So so that song is gonna be dealing with a lot of that, but I don't want to make it too obvious. I want to be creative with it. I want to be like whimsical with it, and so I've been like experimenting with like different ways of going about that, and the trusty piano has been what I've been using. Why is this? Oh, there. So it's kind of like so I'm not 100% sold on the melody yet, but it's gonna sound something like this. And that might have been way too soft for you to hear. I apologize. That was way too soft, I think. But anyways, that's the kind of tone. But ooh, that's a lot louder. But that's a lot louder. But as I've been like working on it, I tend to like flip flop because I'm still not 100% like. I'm still kind of in this. What's the word to use? I don't want to use the word negative, but it's like unproductive. I get into this unproductive mindset that some call imposter syndrome. That was nice. And it's really difficult for me to figure out why imposter syndrome just sucks because it it sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Imposter syndrome sucks. Oops. So like I'll be doing that and it'll like want to switch it up. Damn it, my fingers. And the lyrics go. What are the lyrics? The lyrics are. We're just no. I switched them up. It originally was we're just kids, but then I felt like I can be more vulnerable than that. So then I changed it to me to I'm a kid. A kid is me. Me is a kid. I'm still messing with the lyrics on, but that's what I was mentioning earlier. Is like the negative mindset that I'm in. It tells me that I'm not like that I'm not this, that I'm not a musician, that I'm not a composer, you know. And it's a really tough thing to balance because the motivation for that, the reason why, if you could even say there is one, but like if there is a reason why I'm so mean to myself, I think it stems from that's a nice chord. I think it stems from the fact that I'm like ambitious. It's so like I'm really hard on myself. And so I'm not someone who's just gonna be like who learns a couple chords and is like, oh, I'm a musician now. You know? I no, I don't do that. I guess I don't know, I guess I have a lot of respect for for the game, I guess. I just I want to be a skilled, That's the chord progression right there. Woo! And like music is so beautiful because, and this is something that I'm learning and developing. Like I'm developing this ear for music where I used to be the type of person who will like judge a song a lot and like immediately deem it as not good if I just don't jam with it. And not that that's a bad thing because like I still kind of do that. Well, I'll listen to a song. I'm just not feeling it, and that doesn't make me a bad guy. It's just if you're not feeling a jam, you're not feeling a jam. But I'm developing this ear where I can appreciate more now. Where if you study something for a long time, things can start to get boring because you've heard so much, and after a while, it's kind of like the magic goes away. But then I start to like I don't but if you don't fall out of love of whatever it is you've become skilled at or heard a lot of, if you manage to stay in love with it, then you really start to pick up on on new things. And for me it's manifesting in like, okay, so chords are chords, right? Anybody can hit these chords, right? Anybody can hit C major with a what the fuck is it called? I forgot what it's called, but it's a C major chord basically. But you can get more specific with this specific type of C major chord because I'm also hitting an octave up. Anyways, so anyone can hit these chords in the succession that I'm hitting them, right? Like that's why you study music because anyone can hit them. But And it's crazy when it comes to like my art and my like profession or whatever. It, it's crazy how like so much of me tr- is like I don't know how to explain it. Like you don't become a mechanic and wait. Um, yeah. It's just been a long journey to try to like discover who I am, and I don't know, like people change, right? I'm just uh, I don't even know what to say really. I I've been like in my feelings a lot. Just so hard on myself, you know. And listen, we all have a life. Everyone who's listening to this at this current moment has a life. There are lives that are happening outside of our awareness. Life is always happening. It is consciousness. It is a collective breathing thing that we all just get a slice of. But that slice is kind of like the equation where like infinity times infinity divided like zero times anything is zero, or like infinity plus one is infinity. You know what I mean? Like it's that idea where it's like we all get a slice of life, but a slice of life is also the whole thing, you know? Hmm. See, music is beautiful, and I don't know if I'm. That's the thing, man. Like, I won't. I don't. I don't. I don't let myself. I'm It's my life, you know, and I'm like building, and it's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool. It's taken a lot of work to appreciate my life. I've had a lot of demons, a lot of negativity, a lot of self deprecation, a lot of heavy voices in my head that have told me that I suck, that have told me, drained my energy. They have drained a lot of my energy to keep me from improving, to keep me from being happy. And now that I'm getting a better sense of those voices, and now that I have tools that I'm still mastering, but getting better at shutting those voices down, because they're not helpful. Although it is helpful to know where they come from. My ambition. So it's about turning those voices into positives. It's not like the voices themselves are gonna change. More so, the reaction on the inside is what changes. I still hear those voices, and they were speaking to me all throughout this video, but it's about understanding where they come from, so that it's not so hard to hear. It's like your parent who means well but always fucks up. It's kind of like that. You can't hold it against them because their hearts are in the right place. Now, it still hurts and it's still a weight, but if you can put in the work like I have been doing in therapy, you can transform that negativity into a positive. How do you do that? You multiply negative times a negative. No. It's not math. It's definitely not math. But oh man, it's easier to put in the work. It's easier to grind when you want what you're grinding for, when you want what you're working towards. And it's hard to want what you want when you feel like you're just bad, you know? And I've um I've grown from feeling that way, and now I understand a little bit more about who I am, and don't think I think I've only scratched the surface, you know? And now that I'm kind of becoming a whole person, it's cool. Well, I'm cool. And I'm not so scared anymore of taking everything life has to offer. Huh. Granted, I'm not going to be perfect, and I'm not arrogant enough to say that I'm not going to make any mistakes. So I won't. But I can definitely say that there's a lot of fun still left to be had. And I think I've been stunted. I think I've been stunted in my growth, and hmm, because I needed to be. If I were to like, okay, so we all have phases of our lives. You have the childhood phase, you have the teenager phase, then you transition, and then you become a young adult, right? And then from that young adult, you start to get like a groove or a rhythm. Hold on, I'm getting a call. Oh, they hung up. So, um, and so like, I, 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 I did pretty fucking good to go for as long as I did without developing a drug addiction. If you think about it, because the home I came from, like, there's a reason, like, it's genetic. Like, I have addictive personality traits. And I did a good thing when I was like in high school and college where I turned those, like, I used those traits. The traits that are negative when it comes to like drug addiction, I had committed to, like, without knowing it, my school and my fitness and then in college my dancing. I heard a loud thud outside. And so thank you for listening, by the way. Whoever might be listening, I appreciate you. If you've gotten this far into the video, little Easter egg, 30 minutes in, half an hour. I should play more music. Stop talking, play the song. But I'm gonna indulge in my own self for a little while longer. I'm on a roll. Like I'm not speaking for you. I'm speaking for myself so I can like get these thoughts out, because I don't trauma dump on people except my therapist. But even her, I don't really trauma dump too much. Like, we pretty much hashed out all my trauma in the first fucking year of therapy, and I caught on pretty quick. But even okay, so even if that's true, which it is, um, it still takes a while for it to sink in, you know. And and so like in high school and college, when I was like in college specifically, when I was addicted to like training, I was addicted to training, and I just wasn't prepared for the curveball I got, which was I was gonna stop wanting to train. You know, I was gonna stop wanting to pursue mm, ambition. You know, I had come face to face with the dilemma of my own ambition, which is like, I want to be a good person, but I don't know what it means to be a good person, you know? And then drugs got introduced to my life. And so I turned that addictive personality trait that I was using into a drug habit, you know? It's a classic story. I mean, you've heard it before. And and if those stories are any indication of me as a person, then I gotta I think I owe it to my world to keep going and not take myself out, you know. So I'm gonna end the video now, but before I do, uh thank you to whoever's watching. I appreciate it. I am going to continue to put myself out there. I'm making a promise, and I'm gonna keep on trying to grow and keep on trying to get better, and hopefully I can brighten up my world for sure, and hopefully I can like expand the world to include more of the actual world, you know, um, and be a positive role model for people. I think I want that. I think I want to do that. I don't think that's a selfish desire. The opposite, I think. It's a noble thing to want to be of some inspiration to somebody who might need it. Um, I think it's a way to hold myself accountable, you know? Like, if I accept that this is what I want, which is to be a positive role model for people, then that also holds myself accountable. So that's just what it is, man. I'm gonna keep on working on myself for other people to inspire them, for them to look up to, so that I can be like, yeah, don't you fucking give up. Beep, 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 beep. But seriously, though, go talk to a therapist. That's gonna be my thing. And I'm gonna keep on growing and learning and adding to my repertoire, and life is gonna be awesome. And then one day I'm gonna die, but hopefully not for a very long time. That's a sour note, but somehow it works. Huh. Check this out. Check this out. Somehow it works, I think. But we'll see. We'll see what my creative capabilities can conjure up and muster up. Okay, peace.